Okay guys, welcome to another exciting video from Pycoders Academy. We have been away for a while now. Okay, so I was sick a bit, that's why. Okay, so in our previous video we looked at forms, how to create them, and some elements we can put inside the forms. So without wasting my time, in today's video we'll be looking at CSS, so introduction to CSS. Now, CSS is just the abbreviation for Cascading Style Sheet. So it's used for styling HTML. So the HTML could be considered as, let's say, the skeleton, and the CSS will be considered as, let's say, the flesh on the human. So we are using it to style the skeleton. So we are using it to style structure, which is the HTML. So that's what we'll be starting with in this video. So let's look at what we should expect. Now, what is CSS, IDs, and classes, text formatting with CSS and assignment. So we may complete this in this video. Now, what is CSS? Now, CSS is just a short for Cascading Style Sheet, which is used in styling the HTML. I think I've already said this already. Then CSS can be added to tag directly or in an external file. So you can add your CSS styling in the same file as the HTML file, or inside another directory, but it should be, let's say, linked after you have done that. Now there are two ways to add CSS to an HTML file directly. So you can look at putting it in the style tag. So there's it, putting it in the style tag, then also passing it as a parameter in the tags. Okay, so there are two ways. First one being putting it inside the style tag, and also passing it as a parameter inside the tags, so directly. Now, to add from an external file, the void element link is used to add the external file. So you have your CSS sitting somewhere, but you need to link it. So that's why we use the link void tag to actually do that. Now, CSS is like adding flesh to a skeleton. So as I've already said. Okay. Now let's look at how we can. So I'll go to my VS Code and see. Okay, so VS Code is here. Now I'll quickly do my doc type and something. Okay. Okay. Then I think here should be exclamation mark. Yeah. Then here is a HTML. So HTML. I think this is just what we have been doing since we started. Then this should be head. Then I'll close it. Okay, then the body will come also. Okay, that's fine. Now we have our structure in place now. Okay, so what like our slide said was that we can do it externally or internally. Now for internally, they give us two ways: putting it in a style tag and putting it as a parameter. Now putting it in a style tag, so to put it in a style tag, the style tag should be inside the head. So it should be inside the head tag. So you can go to your VS Code. Now it should be inside your head tag here. So if you are adding CSS, you put it in the style inside the head. So you close it like this. Okay, so this is how you can do that. Then you can just do that. Now you put your CSS between these style tags, so put it inside them. Okay, so that's the first way. Now another way to do that is also, maybe I've created a p tag here. You see, so p tag should be small. Okay, then I'll close it. Okay, then inside the p tag I'll say this awesome, this awesome. Okay, that's what I'll just say. Then inside the p tag, now it should be passed as a parameter. That's the second way. Now to pass it as a parameter, you just do style being equal to, you see, so p style being equal to, then you pass it as a parameter. Okay, So this is the parameter we are talking about. So you just do p, then the parameter, which is the style, being equal to your CSS will come in. So now the CSS is being placed for a particular p tag, so it makes it unique. So it makes it unique for other tags. So that's what we are talking about. So we have seen how we can add it directly, so as in putting it inside the same HTML file. So the first one was adding it like inside the style, and also the second one was being putting it as a parameter inside your tag. Okay, now we are done with adding it internally. So let's say we want to add it externally. Okay, so let's say I'll go to this file directly. So I think it's at my document, and there's it CSS1. So I'll create a folder for it. Now inside, or okay, I'll just put the CSS here for now. Okay, now I'll go to my VS Code, then I'll create a new file. So new file, then I'll name it as style.css. Okay, now for CSS the extension is .css. So whenever you create a CSS file, you should make sure that the extension is always CSS. So what you need to do is you go down and select CSS. So I can select it here. Where is it? Okay, this, oh sorry, so this CSS thing is at top. Okay, this CSS. Now you can just name it as CSS, so maybe style.css. Okay, so mind you, it's in the same directory as my file, which is an HTML file inside the document. So I can save it here. Now when I'm done, what I can do is can go here, and inside the same head tag I can just do link. So use the link tag. Now the link tag is used to do that, so it's used to link your CSS to your HTML. Then you can just do rel. So it carries a parameter called rel. Now this rel needs a value called style sheet. Then the type will come. So okay, you have actually as linked a style sheet, but which type of style sheet? So another parameter will also come, which is being equals. Now the parameter takes a value of text / CSS. Okay, so you are saying that okay, there's a text file, but specifically CSS. Then you specify the location. So now the location will be using href, so href parameter. Then you pass the location. Now it's in the same directory as my HTML file, so I will just do style.css. That's what we are talking about. Now we have actually successfully added CSS. So the first parameter being the rel is used to tell the HTML that okay, there's a style sheet. Then the type is text / CSS. Then the location will be our href being equal to style.css. So that's what we are talking about. Okay, now we have looked at, oh here should be CSS. Now we have looked at how we can add CSS to HTML, whether directly or like let's say externally. Guys, so I think we will end here for let's say adding CSS to HTML. Now I think it should be okay for you now. I think you have 3 ways to do that. Okay, it's very easy. Now in our next video we look at let's say how to add IDs and classes to our HTML. Then in the subsequent ones we start with the CSS coding. Okay, so I think this should be easy and fun for you. If you have any queries or questions, just put it inside the comment section and I'll reply it gladly for you. So don't forget to subscribe to this video, share it with your friends, and like this video. Thank you.